Okie what is going on, beautiful people? I hope and pray you are all doing just phenomenally well. So, I had a little time in between calls and I wanted to come on here and do just a quick video. So, I posted a question on the Facebook page asking, what are you stuck on? How can I help? Right. And so many people were stuck on just simply getting started, finding off market opportunities, trying to find motivated sellers, and how to actually start wholesaling. So, what I want to do on this video is try to break it down in as simple form as I possibly can. So that way you can get started. Okay. Before I dive into it, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Turn on the notifications because if you notice, I am putting videos out every week now. And going into next year, I'm hoping to start putting out more useful content to help you reach your real estate investment goals. Okay. But let's talk specifically finding off market opportunities and how to get started, whether you're brand new, or you're somebody that's kind of gotten started. Maybe you've done one deal, but not sure how to do another. Let's kind of break this down a little bit. All right. But first, I want you to know or remember that you need to be making contact with sellers. Okay. If you're not making contact, you are not getting contracts. That's number one. All right. And essentially, all we are doing is we are reaching out to sellers who may be interested in selling their property and saying, hey, would you be open to a cash offer on your property? That's it. Okay. So many people overthink it. All right. And I say this respectfully, stop overthinking it. Lock in with me. Stop overthinking it. In fact, can somebody put in the comments, stop overthinking it? Right. This business is ridiculously simple. Okay. Just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy, though. All right. We need volume, we need consistency, and we need follow up. But what we're going to do is the first thing that we need to do is start trying to find motivated sellers who are interested in hearing an offer on their property. Nothing else matters. If the goal is to get you a deal, nothing else matters. Okay. Not finding an end buyer, not private money lender, nothing else matters. Let's get the contract first, and then we can figure out all of the other stuff on the back end. All right. So let's say if I wanted to get started, let me pull up PropStream. If I was getting started and I wanted to start reaching out to sellers for the very first time, I would go into PropStream and there'll be a link for a 7-day free trial. Yes, they're a partner of us, but I have been using them before they were. Okay. I've been using PropStream for 5 years or so. So let's go in here and let's say I want to be in Harris County, which is Houston. I'm going to put in the county that I'm marketing in. And you see, I have 2,579 pre-foreclosures right here in Harris County. All right. So I'm going to click on this pre-foreclosure list. I'm going to select it and I'm going to add to my list. All right. So I can say create new. This is going to be December pre-foreclosure Harris. Save. I'm going to save all 2,579 of those leads. I am not going to filter them. I'm not going to do anything like that. Okay. I want to call and reach out to every single person on this list. I'm not paying attention to their auction date, none of that. Okay. I'm going to go over here to my properties. I'm going to find that list, which was December pre-foreclosure. Here it is. You can select it all, and then you can hit this export button. Okay. to export all of this data. So now after I exported it, what I need to do is skip trace it, okay? When you actually skip trace it, this is where you find their contact information for that property because it's only going to have the owner's name and the address, but we still need to call them or text them or send them a postcard. So we need their current mailing address, whatever form of marketing you choose to do. We need that information. So we want to skip trace it. You can also skip trace it right here within PropStream if you choose to. So you can click new campaign and you can skip trace this, or you can send postcards directly from PropStream if you want. But literally within 2 minutes, we have a pre-foreclosure list for Harris County. It's just that simple, y'all. Do not overthink it. The same Harris County, I can go in here and I can reach to vacant properties, or I can hit filters and say, you know what? Let me go to probate properties. Pre-probate, we have 1,100. If I had to sum up the top two lists for me, it's pre-foreclosure and probate. I highly recommend every single person start with those two list types. Highly recommend it. Okay. So now we have our list, right? We have our data. Just because they are on the pre-foreclosure list does not mean that they are interested in selling that property. So what we want to do is we want to call them. Hey, Mr. Seller, my name's Clifford. I'm giving you a call about your property over on Main Street. Would you be open to a cash offer on that property? We're local investors who are currently paying cash and buying in that area. I just gave you an opening pitch right there. Okay. It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point. The sellers are going to say one or two things, yes or no, right? Or what's your offer, right? And now when they say what's your offer, it invites you to have a quality conversation with that seller on what's going on with the property, right? If they say no, then just simply say, hey, Mr. Seller, I completely understand. If anything changes, please keep me in mind because we are paying cash and we're covering all the closing costs. This is my direct cell phone number. And again, my name's Clifford Walker, right? So if they're not interested, I remind them who I am, why I'm calling, and I'm giving them my name again. So I'm giving you an ending, right? If they say no. If they say yes, hey, Clifford, what's your offer? Awesome, Mr. Seller. Let me ask you, did I catch you at a bad time? That's a line that I like to use. Some people, some investors don't. When I'm talking to a seller, I want their undivided attention. If they're in the middle of dealing with kids, taking them at a soccer game or something like that, they are not going to be having a quality conversation with me because their attention is going to be elsewhere, right? So I know some investors, even one of my mentors, they don't like that line, right? And so they don't use it. It works for them. It works very well for me. I like it. So you're going to find out what works for you the more that you get into the habit of talking to sellers. Okay. I think where everybody is kind of missing the mark or messing up is that you feel like you have to have all of the right things to say. And you don't, y'all. You absolutely don't. I have messed up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And did I say hundreds of calls? I have put my boot in my mouth so many times, it is ridiculous. I share the expression and say I can still taste the leather I put my boot in my mouth so many times. It's okay. But the more that you do it, the more consistent that you are going to get results. Remember, I said you need volume, consistency, and follow up. So, this is how you get started in this industry if you want to go direct to seller, off market opportunities. Okay. Find some data, in your county and start having quality conversations. All right. So I pray this helped and kind of shined a little light and gave a little direction. Let in the comments if this helped. Also, in January, I'm going to be kicking off a New Year resolution masterclass, and I'm going to show you how we can crush 2025 in real estate investing. All right, click on the link below. That's going to be there. But if you got value out of this, or there's something else that you're really not getting, if you're subscribed, I respond to your questions. Well, I respond to everybody's questions, but if you have a video that you're interested in, like this was requested, right? I can go in there and say, all right, let me do a video on finding in buyers or private money lending or sub two. So put in a comment below something that you want to see, and I have no issue making a quick video on it. But y'all have a blessed one, and I'll see you later.